And so that, what is the Buddhist attitude towards these problems, so that we can live and enjoy our life, but at the same time try and avoid as best as we can some of the extremes of sensuality. And I think just the way I've defined this talk tonight, I think you've already got the clue that the Buddha was always talking about a middle way, not to go to extremes. And it's the extreme parts of this which have caused the problem. But with sensuality we can actually understand, just when we watch our mind especially, that it's not so much sort of what's out there, but the way we respond to what's out there, which is the biggest problem in life. And one of the key stories which I grew up with was coming from my own teacher Ajahn Chah, who, being a monk, obviously you have a different value system when it comes to sensuality. Monks and nuns are celibate, and to live a celibate life, in the world, obviously the monks and the nuns cannot really escape from the sensual objects out there, whether it's food or whether it's sex or whatever it's movies or whatever. So actually, how do you deal with this? And one of Ajahn Chah's stories was that when he was a young lusty novice, 18, 19 years of old age, with all the hormones running through him, he wanted to become a monk, but obviously he saw young Thai girls and he would have lust towards them. And so for 3 months, during our period of what we call rains retreat, the time when I don't come here, Sister Wyama doesn't come here, those of you who've been coming here for a long time know for 3 months we always go back into our monasteries. He was staying in a town monastery, so for 3 months he decided he would not look at any girl at all. He'd keep his eyes down or not even look at anybody, thinking that that type of restraint would overcome his lust. And so for 3 months he refused to even look at a girl. And he said what happened. For those 3 months he was fine. But after his resolution was completed, the first girl he looked at, he went crazy with lust. And this is one of the problems, that just not looking, not facing up to the problem, is actually not overcoming it. It actually makes it much worse. And that's why that asking people to cover up, also so the monks, so the nuns don't see anybody, or you to cover up, it doesn't really help the situation, because as soon as the covers are taken off, people actually go crazy. It's actually almost just suppressing something. If you suppress it and don't understand it, usually that there's a bigger explosion later on.